Good Vibes Goddess Tarot. So today we're going to do a collective reading on decoding a message. So we have some questions here. Is the sign or message that you are ignoring? Why should you pay attention to this sign or message? The sign or message that you are misunderstanding. How are you misunderstanding this sign? And what does this sign actually means? How can you improve your connection with your guided system? And something you need to hear at this moment. Right? So I already have the cards out here. So let's see what we have. Okay, so we have, I don't know how to say this. With movement and a long distance travel and excitement. Martyr, I don't know how to say it. But I know that the like this angle, the 13-point triangle and stuff like that is important. Like I said, it's about movement and stuff like that. It's a 13-point prism, pretty much. It's a star, but I have like 13 points. Like it's a very big deal. I can say that much. So with this movement and travel, it's from like this long distance. It could be from like a very long time ago. So like it's traveling like a distance to come to you. Like it's from the past to now. That's a distance. Or it could simply, or like something that like that you thought about like months ago that's now happening. That's a distance. Um, but still, it's like something, I won't say like big, is like coming towards you or like happening, but yeah. Because with this thunder and stuff like that and lightning, and then there's a little swirl. Yeah. And then we have air element with philosophy, discrimination, and empathy. And air is also about like thoughts, communications, and stuff like that. And like I just pointed out, like it's all about like thunders in this world. So you got like this philosophy. Your thoughts could be like very jumbled up, and you needing to like move away from like people for a while, right? With this discrimination, like remove yourself from like certain people to have like a sense of it's like, because empathy is being able to like be seen, feel like you feel seen, you feel heard, and you feel understood, and you're also doing that to other people, and you not really have to force it or anything like that. It just happens. You have compassion for them, and they have compassion for you, which is very nice. Everybody can be vulnerable, so you're like, with this incitement, you're trying to find that place, right? Trying to find that point. And then we have the gray one. No, the gray's tall, but that's reversed. So, hold on. With the grays being reversed, it means that it's approachable, free-spirited, flexible, and available. But also like confession. So like I said before, you try to find that place where you belong, that where you could be excited, you feel, there's compassion for you, there's compassion for them. Like it's not really forced, or like, I would say like it's not forced, but it's just free spirited, like easy. It's just easy to go lucky, like, and that's available to you. You just have to, move towards it. Because like I said, here is all about movement, travel, but also like taking action. So like I said before, you just have to like go towards it, take action towards it. And with air being here, like I was saying also before, like it's about your thoughts and how you communicate to people or stuff like that. So, and then you see here on the cars that they have it on their heads and stuff like that, trying to like brainwash them and stuff like that. But or trying to like clear their mind, or whatever is like whatever you're trying to suppress, like look at that because you're pretty much trying to force yourself or stop yourself from doing it. But once you allow yourself to look at it, things will start moving better and easier. Like you have right now, rather than trying to connect with other people and understand other people, it's very important for you to understand yourself. Um, Raise your own consciousness. Look at what you're suppressing and not trying to look at. Um, so you won't continue to make those same mistakes, or like you realize certain patterns in yourself that you do, and you try to stop that and put it in, bring it to an end. Let's see. Then we have passion. Allow your heart and your soul to sing with joy. And then we have trust. The situation calls for you to have faith. Like whatever you're trying to move towards to and try to like take action on, have faith that wherever you going, it has to be better than wherever you coming from. But the discrimination, like that's the type of like mindset that you need to have. Like if you're not happy where you are now, anything has to be better than this, And then like don't say like, well, there's not always better. Sometimes it's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, but with this discrimination, it's not really. I don't see it as discrimination. It's like you use your discernment. Like you're not. You read between the lines, and with this trust, like you trust yourself rather than like you don't take things at face value because like not everybody's gonna tell you what they like what you need to know, kind of sort of like not everyone, with the trust here you can't trust everybody, right? That's your discernment. You have to, and then also this air element in this deck is also about like your third eye and stuff like that. So that gut feeling, you can't trust everybody, you can't take everybody at face value. You have to read between the lines, watch them. Their actions speak louder than their words. um what I said before, like their actions speak louder than their words. So if you watch them, you can see like why they do certain things. You have like you can have empathy, be understanding, and compassion towards them. Be like, they're just doing the best that they can do. Honestly and true, like with some people, it's like they weren't open or didn't have a lot of resources towards like given to them, and that's why they ended up the way that they ended up. And once you see it that way, you realize like, yeah, but then it's understandable. Like that's you can see why. Like yeah, okay. But then as time goes on with this philosophy here, it was like at that point, like at some point in time, it wasn't put like certain resources wasn't given to them. Okay, yes, but like as they got older, that resource was offered to them and was available to them, and they just didn't want to do it. They just chose not to do it. Then it's like you can empathize with that person, realize like, okay, like as a kid, I can understand why like certain things could be excusable, but as of right now, like as an adult, it's not really like I can't really justify it. You can't really justify that situation. I have to do what's best for me, and what's best for me it could be moving away from the situation to find a group of people that are like-minded like me. I don't have to like be on guard, um, feel like I'm about to be betrayed or anything like that, or even brainwashed or stuff like that. And then we also have get to know each other. As you reveal your innermost self to each other, your bond deepens. Okay, and then now I made a new deck. I call it my media deck, but it's like movies, some poems, some books, kind of thing. Okay, okay. So let's see what comes in. So we have everything, everything. It's a book and it's a movie. Okay, and you got romance and drama. It's so nice. Um. Okay, let me see what else because I'm a big fan of that book. With this trust, it was the person that was pretty much trying to get in the way wasn't. It's let's see. We have Dollface, which is a TV show. It's on Hulu. You can watch it there. Um. So pretty, I'm gonna give you a synopsis of the book. So in the book, there's this girl. She is sick, and she just has to stay inside the house because she's if she go outside, there's a possibility she's allergic to a lot of things. Okay, so there's a possibility that she might not make it outside if she just breathed the natural air that we breathe. Okay, she have to have like hospital air, like has to be like medically like clinic like cleared and stuff like that. And there was this neighbor. This boy was cute. She saw him move in, and they started sending things over, like little messages and stuff like that. Um, then romance. Okay, but with Dollface, it's also kind of sort of romance in a way, but she broke up with her boyfriend, and now she realized that once her boyfriend is no longer there, and all those people, like the friends group that she actually had, either before the boyfriend or while she had this boyfriend, she no longer have them, and now she had to like pretty much go back and like befriend them again. Um, and with this get to know each other, you have to get to know each other all over again because I'm not the same person that you pretty much abandoned years ago, And then we have Luther. Ooh. This is, I don't know if Netflix have the whole, I know they just came out with the movie. I haven't watched the movie yet, but I don't know if they have the whole like series on it. It has Idris Elba in it. He plays a detective. He doesn't take his shirt off. I can tell you that now. Or if he did, it was like one scene, and it didn't show everything. So there's that. But he was a detective. Was he? Yeah, he was a detective, and in British in England, and I won't say like he was. He wasn't doing things by the book, right? And he kind of sort of had like a little stalker in a way, but she was also like a criminal. But he kind of sort of entertained it. Like he wasn't by the book. Like I just said, it wasn't by the book, okay? But yeah, so if you all used to Idris Elba, protecting Asgard and stuff like that, you want to see like a little dark side of him. There you go. It's And then we have Heartstoppers. It's on Netflix. It's an LGBTQ show. But it's also like a young teens kind of thing for young adults. For these are kind of adults, okay, but these are young adults shows. But in Heartstoppers, there was this one boy. Now he was getting bullied. I really don't know why. Well, I guess because he was like the only openly gay kid, and that's why they was bullying him. But either way, like I said, the only openly. So it was other ones there. They just wasn't open. So with this everything, I guess that's what it is. It's something that is happening that you don't really know is happening or like know about unless somebody like expose it or bring it forward. Or with this detective, the show. Then Silence of the Lamb. It's a movie. I think it's also a book. I'm not sure. But it's a movie with horror and thriller. Clarice. Well, and I was just saying, like, he kind of sort of had like a stalker. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and Silence of the Lamb, the police kind of, they went to Hannibal, who, you know, had his own movie. He was a cannibal. Cannibal, Hannibal. You get it? So, you know, they had him in his own little cell and stuff like that, locked up, and then depending on like the severity of the crime or like how serious it is, and no one knows what the hell is going on, they will like ask for help. And Hannibal was the only person that they felt like can help them get in the mind of this person, because females were just going, was just getting abducted, and I forgot how they would find a body. But either way, when I was watching the movie, I figured it out. And then the teacher thought I watched the movie before and thought I was spoiling it for people. Just like, ma'am, I didn't know I was correct until you said I was spoiling it. Like, it was. We was in this roller coaster together. I think it was because they said something about a butterfly, and I was like, it's not a butterfly, it's a moth. And once I realized that, I was like, is he trying to become a butterfly? And I was like, oh, da 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 da. And then she was like, don't ruin that movie for other people. And I was like, is that what's going on? Because I don't know. Like, I don't know. But with this everything, like I said, there could be a secret, right? And once that secret comes out, it changes a lot of things. You look at somebody a different way. And then next we have The Road Not Taken. It's a poem. And right, you just start looking back on it, like, looking back or reflect on life and see like the paths or the things that you missed out on because of the options that you made. Like the road not taken is just simply those options that you didn't choose. So like in Dollface, it was her boyfriend and her friends. She chose the boyfriend. Her friends was the road not taken. And then when they broke up, now she have to like go back, make a whole U-turn to go back to that road that wasn't taken, to, you know, like get to know, like to like reconnect with her friends and stuff like that. But more than that, it was just, oh, also, I'm gonna get back to this. But with the Luther and the Silence of the Lamb, because it kind of sort of, okay, not sorry to spoil it, but at the end, okay, like I know I said he's a cannibal and he was in jail and stuff like that, but at the end, Hannibal Lecter, okay, he got out. Okay, I don't know how he got out, but he get out. Like, I don't know how he got out, but he gets out. Okay. And he had, you know, ballsy. Just called Clarice and was like, da 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 da, thank you. But I don't know I don't know. Okay, don't know how he did it, but he did it. Okay, but then the same thing happened in Luther, right? I forgot her name. I think it was Alice, right? And she was like super smart, and they caught her. She got out, and then like called Luther, which was Idris Elba, was like da 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 da. Like she like became, you know, like My Hero Academia. Okay, she was like, let's say Luther, which was Idris Elba, was Midoriya, and Alice was Toga. Like, out of nowhere, for some reason, just became obsessed with it. We don't know why, but it's like, all right, sis, you do you. Like, it was. And not saying that Idris Elba, like, really entertained it, like, because he was trying to, like I said, he didn't go by the book, okay? So, he was trying to get his life back in order, like Dollface was trying to do. And with this road not taken, like, realizing that you probably made a lot of mistakes in your life, kept a lot of things quiet, or kept a lot of things hidden, but that has caused a lot of damage, or like have a lot of effect. Because in everything, like I said, there's a secret, and once that secret gets out, it causes you to look at like a certain person or a certain character a different way. And with this empathy, you will understand where the character is coming from, but then you will understand where the other character is coming from, and side with one more than the other. Like, there's not saying like there's one right way and there's one wrong way, because how she found out that about this secret was kind of like drastic, like a dire situation. But it's like, if that situation never happened, then she probably would have never found out, kind of thing. And that she would have missed out on a lot of things. She would have, like, that road that's not traveled would have just built up and built up. So then there's like, it's, you will understand from like that side of you, but then like the other side, you will understand why that person did it. Like, and it was just like, oh, okay, all right, understandable. But it's just like, there's a right way to go about things and there's a wrong way to go about things. And, she just went completely left with it. Dollface and the Silence of the Lamb. A comedy thriller. Oh yeah, Dollface and I was like, it's a comedy thriller, but it causes you to look at the person differently. Clarice was like scared as shit of Hannibal, and it like how they did the scenes. He was behind like a glass thing, and they just talked, and one of the scenes was like improv, and he scared the hell out of her. Like, he was kind of like, I won't say he was ugly or like weird looking or anything like that, but like, a doll face, like I said before, he was a cannibal, so it's just like, that's way out there, okay? With doll face, you probably think somebody that's very cute, sweet, and innocent, but like, so it's like, to have those two like be in like a partnership or like to work together is like, it's very, might be, you might have to trust each other, okay? Trust that he's actually trying to help you and trying to actually guide you to whoever's doing, the killing and stuff like that. Be open-minded to certain things. Because if you just go on based on what you think that then you wouldn't need his help or even ask him to even get into a mind of another, like, crazy, not even like crazy, but like another, right? Because he was taking people's skin. So then they had to go to somebody that hates skin, talked about like, why would somebody do this? Gotta get into a mindset of somebody that has no problem doing it. Just think that's like an everyday, regular thing. And, with Luther being here, Alice thought, what she was doing was a regular, degular, everyday thing. You talk to Toga, regular, degular, everyday thing. If you watch, the villain arc that they had, they went on their own little hero's journey. It was amazing. I was rooting for her. I love her. But, but, yeah, and also with Luther and Heartstopper, because now I'm going like this. Like I said, it was only one person who was openly gay in that school. And then the other person pretty much he was down low, closeted, you could say. Had a beard and all that. Would pretty much try to bully and torture this dude, his like little boyfriend. And it was just like, good sir, good sir, leave me alone. And Alice at some point in time, like I said, she just became obsessed with Luther. We like out of nowhere. So it's like, well, it's just, ooh, good sir, stop, like, go away. But once you like move away from it, like actually set boundaries and understand why it had to, like, things have to come to an end, why things can't continue the way that it's continued with this trust. Like I said, at the end of the day, Hannibal got out, so like it betrayed that trust, and it pretty much, that whole partnership and everything, like it pretty much like all its value or like the trust just diminished and vanished. So like you just, rather than just giving people their trust and then do something, you just take it away. It's like, just watch how they act with this passion here. Watch how they move. Are they saying, do their actions align with what they're saying? Right? And there's a difference between passion. Passion is, to me, is kind of sort of like lust and love. There's a difference between like lust and love. There's a big difference. Okay? And then once you get to know that, like know the difference and see the difference, you start to, have that discernment. What we have here, this discrimination, but I guess you will, like, could say that you start to discriminate against certain things, but not really. You just use your discernment and just realize that you don't want to deal with certain things, and you're not gonna allow people that participate in those things to like come around you or be in your space, to allow for that to come into your space as well, or for you to be around that environment that will lead to you participating, or even, like I said, like you being around there. Like it, you just won't do it. Right? You're not gonna let it bother your head, just live rent free in your head and stuff like that. Just not gonna focus on it. Is there anything else? Okay, so we have numbers here. So we have 33. You can see that as an angel number or the universal number 33, which is all about co-creating, collaborating, working together, teamwork. And then in Heartstoppers, they was friends, and also in Dollface. There we go. It was all, well, in Dollface, it was more about getting her friendship, like getting her friend group back. Where in Heartstoppers, the guy already had friends. Like he already had friends. That wasn't really a big deal, big problem. But he had to, with this trust, he wasn't sharing his all the like. He had some secrets that he wasn't like sharing a lot of his problems with his friends, um, and that created some problems. Somebody might get a little bit obsessed and try to stalk you, find out what's going on. So just use your words, communicate. Um, right, which also threes is about, or you can see it as six, which is also about communicating, for things to be in harmony and peace. Also, it's collaboration. You have 25 is reduced to 7, and 7 is all about internal, about yourself, um, your spiritual work, spiritual self struggles, and like internal struggles, outer struggles, anything. Just it's all about yourself, like whatever you're like what you need to deal with. And then we have 10, which is all about completion and things coming to an end, so something else can begin. So, with this road not traveled, you have to see that whatever, like, you can't do everything or try everything, right? It's just not enough time or like possible for you to do that, right? And some things are meant to protect you, and some things are just not going to protect you whatsoever. Like, there's a difference between being protective and overprotective, and there's a difference between protective and overprotective. Okay, like I said, you read this book or you watch the movie, you will see what I'm talking about. With this trust here, like when you're overprotective, that affects how like the trust, how somebody trusts you. Now, if you're just being protective, the trust wouldn't be affected. No way, no way, or in any way, shape, or form. So there's that. But yeah, that's all that I'm seeing for this reading. If you feel like this reading resonated, if you really try to figure out still like, oh, what is the message that I'm not getting? Either somebody in your friend, like I said before, somebody in your friend group. It could be somebody in your friend group, somebody that you're working with, that you partnered with, collaborating with. Um, Holding a secret, holding something back, and once you find out what it is, you will look at this person in a very different light. And also except with everything. You kind of either you knew that it was there, like there was a possibility that could happen, but you ignored it, and you continue to ignore it, but that could be what's actually happening, and now you have to like with this doll face. Now you have to go back, double back, spin the block. Apologize to some people and be like, you're right, because yeah, you just choose to overlook certain things and believe somebody else. So, could be a friendship, could be a partnership, or a connection, but it's just somebody's hiding something. Once you find out what they're actually hiding, you make them. Whatever they're hiding causes you to look at them in a different type of light. I don't know what the secret is, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So if you feel like this reading resonated with you or helped you in some way, shape, or form, please like, share, and subscribe. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.